Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of IOHL Radio. I am not here with Barry Pucks. He's feeling a little under the weather, so I would like to thank Pat for joining us tonight and filling in for Barry. How you doing, Pat?
Oh my God, dude! I'm just happy to be here to help out in any way possible, and I hope I can make the show interesting and bring some people back next week.
Okay, so let's get this started. We have news and announcements. We have ownership. You guys want to be owners? The rumor out there actually is confirmed. They want 10 teams. If you want to be an owner, go to that ownership Season 2 app in the public area. Follow the directions that Kiefer posted and apply. I mean, you can't be an owner if you don't apply.
Don't be scared to apply too, because when they add more teams next year, they'll keep that in consideration. You know.
Definitely.
That you were interested before, so.
And you got Kushbaum is holding scouting games. He's gonna be holding scouting games tonight. Contact him for more details. I'm pretty sure he'll be hosting some throughout the week. So if you can't make it, just give him a hit up, give him a party invite, send him a message, something like that, and he'll let you know whenever he's doing scouting games. The All-Star game was last night.
Well, wait,
What's up?
Hold on one second. We've actually had some IOHL 6s games over the past few days since Friday and Saturday nights, and they've actually gone on 5 or 6 hours. Bill was hosting, Angry Pirate was hosting, and there were some major battles going on, I'm telling you. It is really fun. Trooper, did you happen to get any of those games in?
Yeah, I got one of those. I got a couple of those games in on Friday night. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I was poking fun at Penrose, and it was a lot of fun.
It's pretty fun playing against people that you play against all the time,
yes.
Right? On your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was fucking Barry Pucks.
I had a few
Barry
goals.
Pucks. Excuse me, Patrick. I'm sorry. After the playoffs tonight, 6v6 fun in lounges under Barry Pucks. Password is Barry C. So he'll be hosting one tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, myself or Bill are gonna try to host every night this week. Make sure that the players, that aren't actually in the playoffs and maybe training camp players can get some games in. So they're not just sitting there bored. So if anybody wants to play, just send me or Bill or any of the IOHL management that's not playing, and see if we can't get some games and some people in there to have some more epic battles.
Yeah, that definitely was a lot of fun on Friday night. It was a blast. You were there for
everybody's drinking. Yeah, everybody's drinking and they don't care. You know, we're just there to have fun, but it's kind of like a scouting game at the same time. So bring your best.
Yes, definitely. And also remember to sign up for Season 2 if you have not done that already.
Right, we're about 25 players short for the 10 team the 10 team league that they want to start. We need, if anybody has any friends that might be interested, with it's only one person per every 4 people in the league to bring somebody else in new. So if we get more than that, maybe it'd be 12 teams. I don't know, but it gets funner the more teams you have. Definitely.
Alrighty, so let's get on with this. We have playoff matchups. We got Montreal versus Pittsburgh in the first round in the Eastern Conference. Montreal, after a great week, took over the first spot. 31 wins, 5 losses. They've only lost 9 games. They have 5 losses and 4 overtime losses. 66 points. And
yeah, that's an amazing record. You know, who's playing in the Western Conference?
it's going to be Vancouver and Nashville. And
that'll be interesting too.
Yeah, definitely. Nashville's going to have to bring their A game because they have a losing record. They're going into the playoffs with a losing record, and Vancouver had a big week this week too, I believe. Vancouver won a couple games this week. So did Nashville too. Nashville pushed for the playoffs hard. And I mean, they won by default because of the forfeit by Detroit on Thursday.
Yeah, that was playing for Detroit and trying to be kind of in the neutral zone here. It was disappointing to not be able to play Thursday night. You know, there's maybe have been some extenuating circumstances or whatever, but you know, I enjoyed playing for Detroit. I made a lot of friends, and I can't wait to play for, you know, whatever team picks me up next season. You know, I hope it'll be a lot of fun again.
Definitely. Me too, man. I had a lot of fun on the team. I mean, I met you. I met Strom.
Yeah.
I met all these players. I mean, Strom gets on my nerves sometimes, but I mean, who doesn't? But all in all, he's still a cool kid. And
I think Strom has special ability in that capacity.
Yeah.
That sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I mean, Vancouver and Nashville is going to be a good matchup. Montreal and Pittsburgh, I think the key player in the Montreal and Pittsburgh matchup, it would be Michael D. I mean, look,
Michael D, right?
It has to be Michael D. Has to be Michael D. I mean, you can make an argument for Nicky C, and you can make an argument for Dose of Dopeness too. And Gucci Man's not far behind either. Gucci Man's a pretty good player too.
Looking at the points, Michael D has 26 games and Gut Punch has 22. And they're only separated by 13 points. So that, I mean, if Gut Punch had 26 games, he might very well have beaten Michael D on the point spread.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
or they might have been tied at least, or closer.
I mean, another Robert Kingpin is going to be a big matchup in that series. I mean, on Montreal, you got Animal Mupp, 24 points in 21 games. It's not bad for a team. That's not bad for a D-man.
Yeah, that's really
pretty
good. That's the only D-man in the top. What is he? The top 15 players in the East. You know, he's the only defenseman in the top 15.
I mean, you got Huggy the Bear. Look at Huggy the Bear. That's amazing. I mean, 19 games played, 23 goals, and 54 points. That's damn well. That's damn good. And Gut Punch, look at the shot category. 121 shots. He loves to shoot.
Crab Cakes for Montreal has
good.
Well, actually, he has 15 games played and 33 points. But then you go to his maybe line mate. He has 12 games played and 31 points.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's pretty.
12 games played, and he has 14 goals and 17 assists. So, no matter which way you slice it, Pittsburgh's going to be relying on Michael D, Dose of Dopeness, and Nicky C to come up with their top games to beat this Montreal team.
Same thing with Sims, man. I mean, Sims going to have to bring his A game against a very powerful offensive team.
Right. That's looking at the goalies. Who do you think's going to come on top in that series as that goalie?
I mean, Manley's a good goalie. Don't get me wrong. He's struggling lately, but I mean, he's had a good season overall, and he could win this series if he plays well enough. And and I believe they still have Penrose as an option. I know he's not playing goalie anymore. He's playing defense now because he started struggling in goals, so he decided for the better of the team that he would play defense. And so what are your predictions on this series, Pat? We got that question from Tank our predictions on the series between Montreal and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm a little bit prejudiced because I played for Detroit. But we really hated playing the Penguins all season long. Don't get me wrong, Montreal did beat us also. But I didn't like playing against Pittsburgh, and I'm just going to have to say I think they're going to win the series.
Well, how many games? How many games do you think it'll go to?
I think this series is going to actually go 7 games.
Alrighty.
I think it's going to go 7 games. There might be some 2 or 3 goal differences in these games here, but you got 2 good GMs that know a lot about their teams, and everybody's going to be bringing their A games, and these are the top 2 teams in the league, stat wise. So I gotta say, just because my one reason that I think Pittsburgh's going to win, main reason, Michael D. He leads the league in goals, assists, and points. So I just got to think that as long as Michael D's playing, they've got a great chance to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and say it's gonna be Montreal in 6 games. I'm gonna say Montreal in 6 games because they're hot. They're hot right now. They are hot. They're hot right now, and you got to play the hot hands. And they got great players. You got Sips there, you got Angry Pirate there, you got Gut Punch, Huggy the Bear. You got a lot of underrated players there too. And they have scoring from all angles, man. They have depth. They have plenty of depth. And looking at Pittsburgh, they have a great team, but it seems like they're top heavy. It seems like they're a little top heavy.
You never know, though. Michael D might see that and switch it up, especially if they go down a game or 2.
Yeah, because compared to Montreal, Pittsburgh doesn't have. I feel as though Pittsburgh doesn't have the depth that Montreal has.
Michael D could make 1 or 2 moves with a couple players and switch his lines up a little bit, and then they got a really scary offensive threat on each line.
Hey, by all means, do it. Do what's best for your team. Do what's best for your
It'll
team.
be interesting to see what happens, right?
Yes, it's gonna be very interesting. Going over to the Western Conference, Vancouver versus Nashville. What are your predictions on that series again? And yeah.
All right. Well, I know both teams were difficult to play against in the regular season. But Vancouver just offensively was crazy. They were hard to handle. They were hard to cover in our zone. Hard to take the puck away from. They've got a great home record, but they've got a better away record, which is scary because they're 12-5-2 on the road.
Yes.
Now, their one weakness is that they're not as good defensively as say Montreal in the other conference, but Nashville is not as good defensively either. In fact, they're negative on their goals against versus their goals for. The Nashville Predators are going to have to bring their A game and play the best games of their lives to win this series.
Yes, yeah, they're definitely going to have to bring out all the cards, man. They're going to have to put all the cards on the table. And
if I got any advice for Nashville, shoot the puck a lot.
Definitely shoot the puck a lot because they got good goalies there. They got pretty damn good goalies there. And so what's your prediction on that series?
I have to choose Vancouver. If you're just looking at the team's records, and there's just a large gap, I'm not saying Nashville won't win some games, but I'm going to go with Vancouver in 6. I'm going to give Nashville a couple games. They do have a good team, but but I just think they might be a little overwhelmed by what they're going up against.
Okay, and I mean, Barry might kill me, because, I mean, I'm going to go with Vancouver in 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Vancouver in 5 because, I mean, Nashville just barely got into the playoffs. They got in the playoffs by default,
Well,
and I mean, because we forfeited it, and I mean, I'm not trying to insult Bill's team. I'm not trying to insult Nashville. They have a great team, and I mean, they did win both.
Right.
They won both games on Thursday. We're correct.
I believe they brought their A game Thursday and finished the season on a positive note and won both games.
Yes,
I might be mistaken.
Nashville beats Pittsburgh 6-3, and then the second game they lost 5-2. So I mean,
now here's an interesting stat: out of the top 10 scorers in the Western Conference, Vancouver has 6 out of the top 10. Detroit has 1 and Nashville has 2, or actually 3. So I mean that's pretty telling right there.
Yeah, I may hear it from Barry later. I may hear it.
Well, I'm not. Nobody here is trying to personally
I know.
put down any team, but just looking at stats and wins and stuff, it just looks to me like, I mean, I love you, Barry or Bill, but it just looks to me like Vancouver, just, I mean, stat wise, is gonna run away with the series, 6 games. I think Nashville can pull 2 wins out at least, but maybe us both picking Vancouver will motivate Nashville, and they'll come out and win in a 4-game series. Who knows? They might shock everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody can win at this point.
Excuse me. So let's go into the leaders at the end of the season, not in the regular season. Michael D.
ran away
almost everything, all across the board. He got points. He has 74 points. He has 37 goals and 37 assists. That's unreal. I mean, he did play. We didn't have the maximum game rule in the first week, so that has to play into it. I mean, he plays a lot of games, and he's a really good player. And Nicky C took the plus minus leader, so he's very good defensively. He's also on Pittsburgh, and yeah. So I mean, they got a lot of great players on Pittsburgh. I mean, I believe that, like, they bring their A game, they can beat Montreal, but I just believe that Montreal has more depth than they do. This is my feeling. But,
that's something that's interesting about those same stats is that Michael D led in all those categories, but he was only a plus 21, whereas,
that's EA though. That's EA. We all know the plus minus is all messed up in EA. Well,
Nicky C is a plus 41 on the same team.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, the plus minus is all messed up on EA. I mean, there's games where I counted my plus minus by myself. Like, I counted my plus minus, I did the calculation, and at the end of the game, I'm a plus 1 when I should be a plus 5. Because I don't know what it is with EA and their registration is plus, and I mean, it's not like I was off the ice for goals. I was on the ice for goals.
Oh, well, you know what the problem is? You didn't order the special, the NHL calculator from EA that lets you actually figure out the real stats.
Yeah, well,
it's only $99. Just contact EA at easports.com, and anybody that's listening can order that calculator, $99. Tell them I sent you.
Oh, Pat. You're losing your mind here. And we get leaders in goalies. Simps, 73, who's a very popular player in the league. A lot of people know him. A lot of people like him. He's a very popular player. He has the goal against average with 2.228. And Penrose, even though he's not playing goalie anymore, is leading the save percentage but at .838.
Yeah.
So Penrose, I mean, he stopped playing goalie, like, I believe 2 weeks left in the season, he stopped playing goalie, I believe, because he was struggling. And the Wits,
now,
what's up?
Now, let me ask you, if, let's just say there's an imaginary scenario where Pittsburgh goes down 3-0. And Michael D says, hey, Penrose, you led the league in save percentage. I want you to play the next game as goalie. Do you think that's possible? Could he come back from this? He could potentially be a savior for his team going up against, a little bit of odds that might not be stacked in their favor so much.
I mean, I don't know if he'll be up for it, but I mean, he could surprise everybody. Excuse me.
This could potentially be a Rocky type situation, but with a goalie.
Yeah.
He needs to go back out and get with Apollo Creed and train and come back and win the cup, maybe for Pittsburgh. I don't know.
Could be like a Wally Pitt story.
Could
come
be.
Come back, kid. I don't know. I mean.
So, were we gonna hit the All-Star game up?
Yeah, the All-Star game was last night.
All-Star game was last night.
And, the Eastern All-Stars beat the Western All-Stars 4-2. Gut Punch is the MVP. He was the player of the game.
What were his stats?
2 goals and 2 assists. 2 goals and assists in that game. And finishing up on the leaders, Hockey Gods led the league in wins at the end of the season with 13 wins, and he also leads in the shutouts with 2.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry, I jumped to the All-Star game prematurely.
It's alright.
I did that with this girl I went out with last week, too, but we don't want to talk about that right now. Alright, yeah, I mean, Hockey Gods is a great goalie, and to actually be the only goal with 2 shutouts, and everybody else had 1 out of the top 3, that's great, Another variable thrown in that we weren't aware of.
Alright, so usually we would be going to the special guests right now, but we would like to apologize to Gucci Mane, and we will be having you on the radio show next week. We're having some technical difficulties. The recording was actually breaking up and cutting off. We're very sorry, Gucci Mane. You're a great guy. Thank you for coming on the show, and we welcome you to come on next week because we figured out what the problem was, so we'd love to have you next week. So, there is no special guest today. And, let's also thank the All-Stars for playing last night. Let's also thank the substitutions that came in to the players that were missing.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that we thanked all the All-Stars who were voted in. There was people who were out of town or who couldn't play last night, and we just wanted to make sure that the league really thinks that you're the cream of the crop and really wants to thank you for participating this season and doing such an excellent job at your position and getting elected to the game from all the players.
Definitely.
And then we wanted to thank, any subs who played or whatever. Thank you for participating. You were elected onto the team by all of the management and the other All-Stars who were already in the game, waiting. Because there was probably 20 or 30 people on, and they picked some people to play, and we just wanted to thank everybody who played and made the whole thing possible. There was a little bit of trash talking in the lobby before the game, but it was all in fun, and everybody had a really good time.
Well, it sounds like a blast, and let's go to the players of the week now, voted on by the IOHL fans and the IOHL players. Strome won the forward of the week with 60% of the vote. Captain Clutch and Dosa Dotners both got 20% of the votes. Let's go back here.
That's awesome that those guys won that. to everybody who's been voting on that. We want to try to get that more out there, so the players who are actually doing really good get covered and thanked for being elected and doing a good job that week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And for the D-Man of the week, we had the options were X-Panda, Animal Mup, and Drugged Up Barney. Animal Mup seems like a very popular player. He got 79% of the vote, while Panda and Drugged Up Barney got 7% and 14% respectively.
Wow.
Yeah.
He must be tearing it up out there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely, he seems like a popular player, and he was playing well, so that's why he got elected for one of the options of the defenses of the week. I mean, you play well, you're going to be noticed on this radio show. And
Definitely.
For the second week in a row, Simp73 takes goalie of the week with a landslide, got 92% of the vote.
Wow.
Yeah, he got 92% of the vote.
92%?
Yes, 13 people voted. And we urge you guys, vote on these things. I put these up for you guys to give you guys a voice on this show.
Now, I'm guilty right there for not voting because I don't know where to go to vote, and I've had nobody tell me about this, but I will make sure to vote in the future.
It's under the IOH. If you guys don't know, it's under the IOHL form. Anything that pertains to the radio show will be posted on the IOHL radio form in the public area.
Okay.
And for
Gotcha.
people that don't know. So let's wrap it up here. We got the playoff games tonight. I believe it's Vancouver versus Nashville tonight too. Montreal versus Pittsburgh. Those are both good matchups. We talked about them a little bit before. IOHL, two huge matchups. The IOHL giveaway was extended to July 4th.
Oh wow! So we're gonna have a 4th of July giveaway then.
4th of July giveaway. We're celebrating the first season of the IOHL, the first season of IOHL Radio.
The red, white, and blue giveaway.
The red, white, and blue giveaway, definitely. It could even be the Canada Day. Canada Day was over the weekend. Or is it this weekend? Is Canada Day this weekend?
Red, white. Canada Day, I love Canada. I've been to Canada, but I don't know. So I'm sorry.
I believe it's
to all the Canadians.
Was it last week? I think it was last week. I'm not too sure.
They've got to be different because every holiday that we have, I think except for Christmas, they make it to a different one. So whatever.
Oh well.
Whatever. Let them do what they want. It's their country.
And they're free people there too.
Yeah. That's a good point. Trooper, I just wanted to say happy 4th of July to everybody, and, I hope everybody has a safe 4th of July with their families and everything.
And also, remember what it's about. Remember what it's about. No matter how much fun you're having, remember what Independence Day means. Some people don't even know that it's named Independence Day. Some people just think it's the 4th of July. Just because it's the 4th of July, and it sounds cool. Everybody thinks that.
Yeah. You start to forget about this stuff after a while.
Yeah. Remember what it's about. It's about the revolution that we had a long time ago. Against tyranny. Against tyrants. The British way back when.
It was the king.
It was the king.
The British royalty. Yeah. It wasn't British government. It was British. Yeah, the monarchy. And, I just want to say thank you to everybody in the league that served in the armed forces for our country. We appreciate that too.
Remember what this all about.
And I just remember what it's all about. And happy 4th of July. Be careful, Trooper. I'll let you close it out. And thank you for letting me participate in the show this week.
All right, we'll definitely have you on other shows and possibly even give you a position here.
Wow.
So the IOHL radio giveaway is extended The first place winner will get 800 Microsoft points. The second place winner will also get 400 Microsoft points. So what you do is you send me a message on IOHL Radio, a private message with anything that says giveaway. You can be before the giveaway, I don't care. It's just like anything that says giveaway in the message or the subject field. Just send me a message and you're entered into the win of the giveaway. We don't have a lot of people. I have a decent amount of people in the giveaway, but I would love to see more. You can't win if you don't sign up. That's about.
Remember,
and next week we
players that aren't.
What's up, Patrick?
Oh, I was just gonna say, remember, everybody who's not in the playoffs will be running those rooms this week. So just go in the chat boxes for the league, and we'll have the place where you can go each night in there somewhere. Definitely. Just look out for those lobbies, and we'll have next week. We'll have Nikki C as a special guest. We'll also have Gucci Mane. We're gonna have 2 special guests next week, so next week will be a pretty long show. And we hope to see you guys. We hope to see you guys there. And potential Norris Trophy defenseman on our show next week. That makes me kind of nervous.
Well, you won't. You might not be there. Barry might be there.
Barry might be there too.
Yeah, Barry. Yeah. We hope to have Barry back next weekend.
We hope to have him.
I would like to thank Pat for joining us and filling in for Barry. It was definitely a pleasure having you on the radio show, and hopefully we can do more.
Thanks, man. Anytime.
All right, we'd like to thank you for listening. Thank you for all the support, and for IOHL Radio, and for Pat, good night.